I'm Anil Kumar, and now in this video we will learn how to sketch graph of a cosine function. Cosine functions are also sinusoidal functions. Question is, sketch graph of y equals to 2 times cos pi by 2 x minus 1 minus 1. As we had been learning, we'll use 5 points and 2 steps to sketch. So in this particular function, we'll incorporate stretches and compression in the first graph and translations in the second. That is to say, first I will sketch a graph. Let me call that as y dash as 2 cos pi by 2 x, right? So that much. So here we have vertical stretch of 2, and horizontally we have changed the figure a bit, so we have a different time period. Let us calculate this time period. So time period will be 2 pi over pi by 2, which pi cancels, so we get 4. So time period is 4 for us, right? So this is the x-axis with time period of 4, and amplitude in this case is 2. Keeping that in mind, let us sketch a cosine function. Remember, 5 points of cosine function, they start with maximum, 0 minimum, 0 maximum. Let's first make our scale. So in the scale, we want on the time axis 4 units. So let us say 1, 2, 3, let this be 1 unit, 1, 2, 3 second unit, 1, 2, 3 third unit, 1, 2, 3 fourth unit, right? So these are my 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now amplitude is 2. So starting, let us say for amplitude, let us say we have 1 and 1, 2, 1 and 1, 2. So that is 2. So we have, on the y-axis, this is 1, this is 2 for us, minus 1, minus 2 for us. Let us plot the points first for the function 2 times cos pi by 2x. Cos begins with the maximum, so starting with amplitude of 2, that is the first point. Then 0, these are the quarters of the cycle, correct? And then minimum, 0, and maximum. So that gives us the graph for stretches and compressions, correct? So we can kind of connect these points, so it is like this. One cycle. Now let us incorporate the horizontal and vertical translations. So that is to say, now we'll sketch our final graph, y equals to 2 cos pi by 2 x minus 1 minus 1. So the translation here is, we have to move 1 unit right and 1 unit down. So these are the 5 points which we are taking help of to sketch a final graph. 1 unit right, 1 unit down. So 1 unit right is that much, right? So 1 unit right and 1 unit down. So we come to this place. Do you see that? That is 1 unit right, 1 unit down from that point. From here, 1 unit right, 1 unit down. I'm sorry, 1 unit right, 1 unit down. We went 2 down. So that is the point. So that is 1 unit right, 1 unit down. From this point, 1 unit right and 1 down means that for us. And then from here, 1 unit right and 1 unit down will mean minus 3 for us. And then for this, 1 unit right, 1 unit down will mean minus 1 for us. And from 2, we have to go 1 unit right. That means we'll go to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll reach 5. And then 1 unit down. There you go. So that is the final graph for us. So we can now connect these points and get our graph, right? So this one actually is here. This is the wrong point. 1 unit right and 1 down. That brings it to this place. So let us connect these points to get the final graph for our function. So what do we have here? So we have a function, cosine function, kind of like here. Do you see that? Yep. So that is the cosine function. 1, 2, 3, that is correct. Okay. And as a check part, what we should do is we should check domain and range for one cycle. As far as the range is concerned, it should go, maximum should be 2 minus 1, which is 1. That is correct. So that is maximum value. Minimum value will be minus 1 minus 2, that is minus 3. So that is minus 3 for us. Axis is minus 1. So let us sketch the axis at minus 1. So that is the axis for us. Those 2 points which were on zeros come again on the axis. Minimum value minus 3, maximum value of 1. So that becomes a perfect graph, right? So you could draw a slightly better graph than this, right? So that could have been better, kind of. Okay, that is a better kind of a graph. Anyway, so sketching cosine functions in these two steps, I think, will help you to sketch these graphs very easily. I hope that really helps. Have a good look at it, right? So you can always sketch the cosine function using 5 points, starting with the maximum, 0 minimum, 0 maximum. Incorporate stretches, compressions and reflections in the first graph, and then translate it horizontally and vertically to get your final graph. That should help. Thank you and all the best.